Okay guys, today I want to discuss Aliengear holsters. I've recently purchased the Cloak 2.0 inside the waistband, and I also have the Cloak slide outside the waistband holster. I'm very fond of it. Have a Glock 19 for my Cloak slide, and one of the issues I want to address. Recently it was my birthday, and my wife purchased me a Crimson Trace DS-121 Defender Series laser for my Glock. Let's clear this so all the nervous Nellies out there. Nah, nothing in it. Anyway, my wife recently purchased this laser for me, and I had to send my shell in from my regular Glock 19 for the Glock 19 with the Defender Series laser on it. I get it back in a very reasonable amount of time, and now I have an issue with the depression around the trigger guard here. Actually activates the laser when I unholster the weapon. Sometimes it does it when I reholster it. Normally, if it's on my side, it's like this. When I draw, sometimes, not every time, but anyway, but there it is. Most of the time, it activates the laser, which I suppose wouldn't be too bad if I wanted it on when I pulled it out. But if it's not on, when you reholster it, it could come on and you won't see it because it doesn't shine out of the bottom. But it's not on this time, you can see. So I can get it out without it coming on. Okay, let's see, it's on again. Turn it off, reholster. See, it's on in there. See that? So I contacted Aliengear about it and asked them what I could do. Now, normally what I would more than likely try to do is heat up this section right here, because the button is right there. You can see where the button is right there. Normally I would just try to heat this section up right here and in a straight line, and maybe flex it out a little so it doesn't interfere with the button. But apparently Aliengear are aware of the problem and are working to solve it as quick as possible, whatever that means. Now, I have an email excuse me, I have an email from Aliengear on my phone right here. I told them I had a concern that that my laser was activating when I unholstered and reholstered the firearm, and wanted to know if there was anything I could do to fix it. Maybe heat it up and slightly reform around the trigger guard to keep it from activating the button. This was excuse me, this was their first response. This is their first response right here. It says I can try sanding. It says I can try removing a bit of the area in the shell that is depressed, or that actually depresses the button. And right here it says this will not. Right there it says this will not affect my warranty on the shell. Thank you. So, excuse me again. I think I'm going to take my shell off tomorrow and maybe try to use one of my Dremel barrels and try to just, kind of concave that out a little bit on the inside, because this Kydex is fairly thick. You can actually see up in there, but this Kydex is fairly thick, and right here around the trigger area you can see how it curves under. So that's the section right there that needs to be cleaned out or reformed. So I'm going to work on that. I'm not going to down Aliengear. one of the other things, excuse me, one of the other things that I had to do to this is I had to sand this part out right here with my Dremel barrel, with the little sanding barrel. And the reason for that is when the firearm is holstered, you cannot get your fingers all the way up in there like so. So when you draw, you're ready to fire when you draw. So I sanded that out so my finger would actually go all the way up here instead of having to grip like this and then re-grip once it's out. So that was one of the modifications I did make, and actually I don't think it looks too bad. So, but anyway, I'll be doing another update on this shell once I try to get it reformed and whatnot. I'll see what I can do, and I'll possibly contact Aliengear and talk to them and see if maybe they've come up with a solution by then. And if they have, maybe I can just swap the shell out for one that's already been fixed and everything works right. But anyway, but yeah, that's one of the problems well, that's the only problem I've had with this Aliengear, other than that little notch right there I had to put in it. Other than that, it's been great. It's comfortable. The inside of the waistband's comfortable with this. With this in it, it's a fairly heavy weapon to carry around every day, but it's definitely more comfortable than just shoving it down in your pants. But anyway, I'll post another video when I get a chance to get this repaired, and maybe I can help somebody in the future. Thanks.